Okay, so I'm gonna take you guys through a full day of eating for me. It's a Sunday and I do all my check-ins with Chris on Monday, so food very well could change starting tomorrow, but as of today, it's Sunday, it's leg day, and I'm gonna take you through a full day of eating. So Sundays are a little different compared to every other weekday for me because during the weeks I train at 5 a.m. so I'll eat at like 4:30 my pre-workout meal, which is cream of rice, go train and then come back and eat my second meal. But instead, since it's Sunday, I'm gonna eat that second meal first. I have to go to work for a couple hours, so I probably won't train till probably 11 or 12, which is ideal anyways because I would rather have a couple meals in me on leg day. So today's order of operations is a little different than any other day, but we're gonna go ahead and make meal 2 for Sunday is gonna be meal 1. Okay, so for this first meal, I'll have 1 alfresco chicken sausage, 2 slices of multi-grain bread, 2 eggs, and 1 English muffin. And then in addition to, I make a greens drink, which is powdered greens, apple cider vinegar, usually my creatine if it's post-workout, and Crystal Light for flavoring. Okay, so spray your pan with some olive oil spray or whatever cooking spray of choice that you use. Once that heats up on medium heat for a little bit, drop your chicken sausage in. Let that cook for a few minutes. I like to let it brown on all sides a bit before I toast my bread and add my eggs. Okay, while that is going, I like to prep my greens. So I just use some greens from Walmart. It's cheap, it's like 15 bucks. I always weigh out the serving because the scoops and the serving size never match up. Apple cider vinegar, you can literally get this anywhere, Walmart, Publix, wherever you shop. And I absolutely cannot stand the taste of vinegar, so I just add a Crystal Light packet. While the chicken's going, I just sip on this, and also I have my English muffin going. Anytime being. Okay, so I use spray butter on my toast and my English muffins. Chris is either gonna watch this and laugh or text me and tell me to stop using this because I probably use way too much. Maybe a combination of both. We'll see. Hopefully it's just the first one that he laughs. Understand that it says it's, you know, 0 fat, 0 carb, 0 protein, but brands, companies, food companies, whatever, don't have to list calories on a label if it's under a certain amount. So a serving is 0.2 grams, which is 1 spray. Obviously, if you use multiple sprays, those calories add up. It's probably still an insignificant amount of fats, carbs, protein, so they don't list it, but just food for thought when you have things that are listed as 0 across the board, make sure to read the label. There's a good chance it's not, especially if you're using way more than the serving size. So I just spray, first spray worked, each muffin a bit, and I do the same thing with my toast for the rest of my meal. So, sorry Chris, don't kill me. Okay, now that that's nice and browned, maybe burnt some would say, the toast is going, put the eggs in. Breakfast is probably like close to 100 grams of carbs, or at least this meal and my cream of rice is pretty close. It's like 90. As he starts cutting down my carbs, I'll probably cut carbs from other meals and leave my pre and post workout meal the same. Or for example, on Sunday, this is my first 2 meals. And I taper my carbs throughout the day since I typically train so early. So I'm super hungry in the morning, which is great since I train first thing. I eat my really carb heavy meals first thing in the morning. And then by my last meal, it's just protein and fats. Meal 1, 2 pieces of toast, 2 over easy eggs, chicken sausage, greens. Home from work, getting ready for the gym. Gonna make my pre-workout meal now. If you saw in my last video, I use Gerber cream of rice. I just like it better than Uncle Ben's. I think it's a lot smoother. Alani Nu, whey protein, munchies flavor. So good. Peanut butter, honey, Himalayan salt, and half of a banana. Okay, so in addition to that, I'm actually bringing some Gatorade. I just have Gatorade powder here. I put a serving, which is 23 grams. I'm gonna start utilizing intra-workout carbs mostly on leg day. I don't really feel like I need it any other day of the week, but because legs, I go straight from pendulum squats to heavy hip thrusts, and I'm just gassed by the time I get there. So talked with Chris, and we're gonna start utilizing this, just a serving, and it'll be 20 grams of carbs, and just see how we feel with that. And I think a serving, it says mix it with 12 ounces of water. I'm not a huge fan of Gatorade or really a lot of flavored drinks, so I'm doing, I think, about 16 ounces just to kind of water it down a bit. And I will bring that with me to the gym, probably start sipping on that, you know, after I warm up and get a set or two in, probably by my second exercise, start utilizing this. Okay, so I'm done. I'm back from the gym, obviously back in my kitchen. My post-workout meal today is going to be rice, asparagus, and I actually have a tuna steak. This meal is usually not my post-workout meal. Like I said before, the breakfast I ate this morning is usually my post-workout meal during the week. So again, Sundays are a little different. But this meal 3, is what I would bring to work typically, and it's usually rice, asparagus, and chicken. On the weekends, I like to rotate protein sources once in a while, just to change things up a bit, because I primarily eat chicken and eggs as my main protein sources, so I'll switch in some sort of fish. I like to eat tuna steaks fresh rather than having to reheat it at work, so that's why I'll do it like on Saturday and Sunday over the weekends. And then my last meal, I'll talk about that a little bit later, is gonna be chicken and eggs and asparagus, but sometimes during the week, especially when I get off late, I don't want to cook, I'll have it pre-prepared, is salmon. So since my last meal is primarily proteins and fats, I'll substitute salmon a couple nights a week on that meal. So yeah, I'm gonna get this going, post-workout meal, and show you guys how I get it done. Preheat this bad boy. I cook my asparagus and my chicken all at 370. It makes it easy because I don't have to cook them separately. That gets loud, so I'll wait to hit start. And then weigh out my asparagus and prepare those while this heats up. It takes about 4 minutes. I'm a snob with my asparagus. I like to cut them, so I actually have a veggie chopper, and one day during the week I pre-chop all my asparagus, so all I have to do is weigh it out when I go to prepare that meal. Any spray of choice, I always use olive oil spray. Spray the asparagus down, and then I season it with red hot stinging honey garlic. This is like the best in my opinion. I love this. I literally don't cook without it. I always use it on my asparagus, and then I always use the red hot buffalo ranch on my chicken. So these are 2 staples for me. It's probably really the only seasonings I use, at least for my main meals. Okay, so once that is preset or preheated, toss in the asparagus. And I usually cook that for 370, like I said, for like 12 to 13 minutes. Kind of depends if you have thick asparagus or thin asparagus. But I open it and shake it throughout, check on it, get it to your desired crispness. While that is going, I go ahead and weigh out my rice. I do 170 grams on training days. And then I just prepare the tuna steak. This only takes a couple minutes to cook on each side. You eat it, you know, rare, obviously. So I just spray it with some olive oil. I won't throw it on until there's only a few minutes left of my asparagus. And then I've been jacking my roommate's everything but the bagel seasoning. So good. So I'll wait until the asparagus are pretty close to being done, and then I'll put this on. Oh yeah, look at that crispy asparagus. Perfect. That'll go for a few more minutes and the pan is ready. So pop that bitty on there. While that's going, I heated up my rice and my asparagus just finished. Honestly, if you have a hard time eating veggies, you need to get a freaking air fryer because these are the best. Meal 3, post-workout. Look who it is, just in time for meal 4. All of his favorite things. Obviously, you just saw meal 4 is Greek yogurt. I like to use the Oikos 000. No added sugar. It's got some extra protein. Honestly, Greek yogurt is high in protein to begin with. I just like this per serving. The amount that I use, I get a little more out of this compared to others, but it's really not a big deal, big difference. This is just what I personally prefer. Raspberries and strawberries. And then I also do a serving of Rice Crisps for extra carbs. Okay, for my last meal, I already have my asparagus weighed out, 4 ounces. I'm gonna do 4 ounces of chicken breast tenderloin, 2 eggs, and because I'm dumb and I forgot to eat these earlier with meal 3, I'll do 28 grams of almonds. Alright, so that is it. That is meal 5 for me. Again, like I said, some nights I'll switch it out for salmon. It's my higher fat meal for the day and I have no carbs, so I just try and rotate other protein sources, but that's pretty much it. I eat the same shit every day. Might be boring for some people, but I enjoy it, and consistency is key, so that's what we do.